Hi guys, so today I'm talking about how to tell if a Gemini is over you. Just to begin this video, I want to let you know that this is not gender specific. It could be about a man or a woman, whoever you are interested in. So if you're dating a Gemini, you've been in a long-term relationship with a Gemini, you have a little thing for a Gemini, you're kind of hanging out with one, you're not really sure how they feel, then this video is probably for you. And this is how to tell if a Gemini is over you. I'm going to give you a couple of signs to look for to tell if maybe that Gemini you're with is over you and ready to break up, or if it's kind of a newer thing, they kind of aren't really that interested in there and they're probably ready to move on. Sign 1. In the last video, we talked about how a Cancer can take their sweet time ending a relationship. You might be like, why are you talking about a Cancer? I'm not. I'm talking about a Gemini, and I'm letting you know that they are the complete opposite. They can be very quick to end things, and when they're done, they're done. Now, if they've been with you for a while and you haven't done anything wrong and they're just kind of over it, they might take a few minutes to think about it, but in the end, when their mind is made up, then they're out. So it may be a little harder to catch some of the warning signs, as a window of time before a breakup can be really small and quick. Sign 2. You might notice a few snide remarks in your direction if your Gemini kind of feels like they're picking up too much of the slack. They do not want to feel like they are taking care of you. This isn't the type of person that wants to save you or pick up the pieces. They'll expect that you can take care of yourself, and if this isn't the case, then they are going to realize this eventually and not be very happy about it. If you realize that your Gemini is taking on a few too many of your responsibilities, you may want to take them back soon. Sign 3. Geminis tend to be generally anxious people. They move around a lot, seem nervous or jittery, and have trouble focusing. Now, if they are into you, they'll be able to relax around you and get comfortable when they're with you. If this doesn't eventually happen in your relationship or whatever you have going on, then they're probably not really that interested. If it did happen and now they're suddenly anxious around you again, then they may be on their way out of the relationship. Just as like a little bit of a side note, Geminis are always going to have that nervous energy. It's just part of who they are. But I'm more or less talking about when they just cannot relax around you. They're moving all over the place. They can't really concentrate on what you're saying. And they just can't seem to take it easy when they're with you. And 4. So if you're watching this video, I'm assuming that something seems off with your Gemini. So if that's the case for you and your Gemini, I want you to look at the routine between the two of you and kind of see what that's become like for your relationship. If it's comfortable and not spontaneous or surprising, then this may not be a good thing. A Gemini hates to be bored, and if they start to get bored around you, it will not be long until they move on. I feel like a lot of snapping is involved in this video. Like Gemini is just, I don't know, make me want to snap. If they don't seem interested in doing what the two of you usually do together and they're having trouble concentrating on, you or like listening to you talk about or have a conversation with you that's like deep and meaningful, and they kind of just seem distracted or elsewhere, then you might want to try changing things up a bit. Kind of like get that spark going again, or, surprise them if you feel like when you look at things, it's kind of starting to look dull. If you're feeling like things are dull, the Gemini is definitely feeling like things are dull. Other signs may like a steady, predictable, stable routine. The Gemini does or might as well, as long as it's exciting predictable. Sign 5. So this is a little odd, but a Gemini does not really want the upper hand. This kind of goes along with the whole not wanting to take care of you all the time. So they always feel like they're a step ahead of you or they can easily get away with whatever. This is not a turn on to them. Geminis like and appreciate intelligence, and they'll be the sign that goes for intelligence and personality traits more than they'll go for looks, a lot of the time. This is a person who will want to be inspired by you, and they'll enjoy that, and they'll love your quirks and, anything that you have that seems smart to them. If they're not getting this from you, then they really won't be truly happy or satisfied. Sometimes a more immature Gemini might take advantage of this, and they might see just how much they can get away with you. So if they're starting to seem sneaky or they never really seem to admire you or compliment you, then this is definitely not good. So that's a few signs to be aware of to tell if a Gemini that you're interested in or with might be over you. Again, this is not 100% fact. So if you are noticing a few of these signs, there's something floating in my face. If you're noticing a few of these signs, then it doesn't necessarily mean they're over you, but definitely be aware and maybe look into it or straight out ask them if you want to. If they are over you, so what? Like, you know, breakups happen and there will be somebody better out there for you, and that is called fate. Eventually you will be fine and there will be somebody way better out there for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video or found it somewhat helpful. As I said in my last video, I'm getting towards the end of this series. There's only 2 more videos left, Taurus and Aries. And if you guys have any suggestions of videos you want me to make, let me know down below in the comments so that I know what you guys want to see. If you haven't already and you have any interest, check out my second channel. I will put the info in the info box below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, have a good day or night. There's weird noises in this house, I swear to God. Every time I'm alone, there's a weird noise in this house. Like, I'm sick of it. Okay. Sometimes a more immature Gemini might take advantage of